is Naima Hazel, and I'm Permanent Secretary in the Prime Minister's Office. We'd like to begin today's Cyber Nations launch with the national anthem. If you could please stand. Thank you. Please be seated. We begin by welcoming, of course, our Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew, Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, National Security, Citizenship and Immigration, Health and Human Resource Management, and Social Security. The Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Youth, Social Development, Gender Affairs, Aging and Disability, and Mrs. Hanley. The Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, Senior Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Economic Development, International Trade, Investment, Industry, and Commerce. The Honorable Senator Iseline Phillip, Minister with responsibility for youth empowerment, social development, gender affairs, aging, and disability. Ms. Thelma Richards, Head of the Civil Service. Mrs. Lisa Archibald Pistana, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education. Mr. Glenroy Blanchett, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security. Mr. Siobhan Douglas, Chair of the Board of Directors at the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis. Longston Matthew, the General Manager of the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, directors from the various partners, invited guests, and prospective students. Welcome, everyone. It is my complete pleasure and truly a privilege to stand before you today at the launch of what we believe is a transformative initiative for St. Kitts and Nevis. In today's world, technology is woven into nearly every aspect of our lives, from businesses to government, services, from banking to personal communication. Digital systems power our daily interactions. But with progress comes risk. Cyber threats are becoming more sophisticated, and the need for skilled professionals to safeguard our data and our digital spaces has never been greater. That is why today is so important. With this cybersecurity training initiative, we are not just talking about training. We're talking about preparing our people to take their rightful place in an industry that is growing at an incredible pace. The opportunities in cybersecurity are vast, and this program ensures that the people of St. Kitts and Nevis will have access to them. What excites us most about this initiative is its accessibility. This is not a program that is reserved for those who already have specialized backgrounds in IT. It's designed for people who are ready to learn, ready to commit, and ready to step into a career that's both meaningful and rewarding. Whether you're a young person looking for a first career, someone considering a change, or an individual seeking financial stability, this initiative is an open door. So let me start off today's very brief launch by thanking Prime Minister Terence Drew and the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for their dedication to expanding opportunities for our citizens. The St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration's vision for a stronger, more resilient economy is clearly reflected in this initiative. I also extend our sincere gratitude to Protexa and all the other partners who have helped us bring this program to life. To those who will enroll, I encourage you to embrace this opportunity with determination. Work in cybersecurity is not just a job. It's a skill set that will serve you personally for a lifetime and a profession that will allow you to work from anywhere in the world, and a field that will continue to grow here in St. Kitts, in the region, and in the global landscape. This is your chance to secure not only our systems and our data, but also your own future. With that, I officially welcome you to today's event. We're going to begin with remarks from the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Deputy Prime Minister.
I was instructed. Let us all stand for prayer. Heavenly Father, this morning we give you thanks and we give you praise for this launch, this new initiative that will transform the lives of our young people. We ask, dear God, that you continue to be with us as a federation, and as they go through this training, that you will cause them, dear God, to break the ceiling in every aspect of cybersecurity. We put this program in your hands and we claim success. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. As a scout, you must always be prepared. A very pleasant good morning to each and every one of you gathered here this morning. And of course, I do acknowledge the protocol that has been established, but allow me, save and except, to recognize in our presence the Honorable Prime Minister, who is very passionate about this program to be launched in a few minutes, our Senior Minister, former Prime Minister, and our Cabinet Minister as well, Iselin Philip, who I normally refers to as my boss. And of course, our stakeholders, representatives from the Development Bank, all our senior government officials, officers that are here with us, our permanent secretaries. But this morning it is a pleasure for me to welcome each and every one of you to the Cyber Nations program launch. Today, in my view, marks a significant milestone of our collective journey to provide our young people with cutting-edge innovation that will shape the world of tomorrow. Our vision for this program is to empower the next generation with the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in an increasing digital world, and you heard so much of that coming out in the welcome remarks by PS. We believe by equipping them with the tools to innovate, we are investing in the future of our nation and the global community. Of course, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Protexa, especially my friend Tia that I met while I was in Canada, and I had several meetings with her and eventually with her team for their tireless effort that they put in to bring us here. Much of it, I must admit, came from the driver, the Honorable Prime Minister, who is known to the country. His hours are 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, ensuring that we get this where we are today. And I'm very happy that we were able to complete it, because when I travel and I hear other countries are in their 4th and 5th cohort of cybersecurity, I said, no, St. Kitts must catch up. To our young persons, and maybe not so young, who would be participating in the program, I want to encourage you to take every advantage of the opportunity that you would be exposed to. And as you heard it from the PS, it is a world that you'll be able to not only make money, but of course develop yourself and also shape the world, and you'll be able to work from home. So there are no excuses. We must make sure that we do our best and keep St. Kitts on the map and relevant. Personally, before I wrap up, allow me to thank all of those persons who sat in numerous meetings to bring us where we are today. We had meetings that included the head of the civil service, our permanent secretary in education, our PS in the Prime Minister's office, Ms. Naima, and of course, my babies from the STEP program. Special welcome to all of you who are here this morning, to ensure that we provide the opportunities that will benefit our young people. So I'm hoping that we'll have a number of persons who are attached to the STEP program who will be looking at this as an opportunity to break the ceiling. And this morning I was just being informed of one of our Kittitians who returned home. She's also cybersecurity certified. I'm going to ask her to stand. It's okay. So this is going to be, this is the teacher coming out of me now. This is going to be a face that our young people would be engaging with as well for guidance, because once there is something that you can benefit from, and she's eager in sharing that as well. So once again, welcome to this, and I am super excited of what this program will do for our federation and eventually the world, because one of us from in St. Kitts will hit that target in the world. God bless.
Thank you, Minister of Education, Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, and thank you, of course, for invoking prayer. If those of you who don't know, Dr. Hanley is the chief prayer of Cabinet. So if you didn't know, he is the chief prayer. We call him to pray for us all the time. Okay. We're going to head into the next item on our agenda, which will be brought to us digitally, and that will be a presentation by Rick Hubricks of the organization Protexa, who will be doing a lot of the training for this program and helped us to plan this program. For those of you who are not aware, although you could hear from the minister's speech, this is a very important interministerial initiative that we've been working on together to develop our people for the readiness of the digital agenda. But Cyber Nations began as a CARICOM initiative proposed by President Irfan Ali of Guyana and Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, who themselves have piloted these programs in their respective countries and have conveyed their challenges and best practices with us. So this program that you're going to see is a refined program. Having seen the challenges that they've had in the other region, our Prime Minister has tasked us to make our program excellent and flawless. So I bring to the screen Mr. Rick Hubricks of Protexa, who will explain the program.
Yes, hi, good, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I think you can hear me? Yes, great. I'm thrilled to be here with you this morning as you announce the Cyber Nations program for St. Kitts and Nevis. My name is Rick Huybrechts. I'm the program director for the Cyber Nations program and will be leading the deployment and rollout of the program and some other exciting cybersecurity initiatives with members of your government and industry. We're very thrilled to follow the leadership here of Prime Minister Dr. Drew and Minister Dr. Hanley and of course Permanent Secretary Hazel, and bring forward a comprehensive approach towards introducing cybersecurity more into the nation. And our program has two components. The first one is around public engagement and make citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis aware of their role in cybersecurity, elevating our collective cyber literacy and making tools available to 25,000 citizens to better monitor and manage their cyber posture and the risks that they may have in today's digital age. Secondary, we will briefly speak here about the Cyber Nations program, the rolling out of a very intense boot camp and a pathway to careers in cybersecurity, as you heard from the opening remarks. The public engagements involves an effort to reduce cyber risk and impact, which starts with the citizens. And in order to do so, we have to enhance and improve cyber literacy and make the risks of cyber aware to everybody in the nation. By doing so, we're going to launch a series of training and awareness webinars and work sessions and focus on outreach to make this available to everybody in the country and to start to elevate cyber literacy and awareness and an understanding of the roles we each individually play in making a safer country. In addition to that, we're rolling out Protexa Defender, which is a personalized cybersecurity assessment and protection platform, giving each citizen a tool to better understand and also manage their risks and their cyber posture. And by doing so, we're going to elevate literacy, elevate awareness, reduce risk, and start a very positive momentum in this digital age in St. Kitts and Nevis. The Protexa Defender platform has kind of three key components to it. One is for each individual with just a little bit of information that they themselves provide, we will scan the web and analyze and assess the risks that someone may have, how much of their information has been exposed, is leaked, is available on the internet, and then provide the tools for each and every one to fix their cyber posture, to stop the bleeding, if you will, to improve one's cyber behavior, and by doing so, create a circular motion where we get better in our online behavior, better understand our actions and what that means to cyber risk and cyber security, and continue to see an assessment that will show an improvement as we all become more cyber aware. This will be rolled out a little bit later in a phased approach after we start a launch with webinars and work sessions and make cyber awareness training available across the country. Second is our Cyber Nations program, and this is a professional development program for 100 learners in St. Kitts and Nevis and prepare them for career pathways towards becoming cyber analysts and building their career in cybersecurity. Cyber Nations is built by a coalition of leading organizations, governments, and industry that have a mandate or a mission to train people in and prepare them for global roles in the cybersecurity industry. As you heard in the opening remarks, the demand is growing. Unfortunately, the need is growing, and there are already globally over 3 million roles unfilled, and we all believe that there's an incredible opportunity for St. Kitts and Nevis to take a leading role in shaping this workforce. The program is a 6-month, full-time, intense boot camp that is largely provided online, but both synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous as in dealing with guest lectures, faculty members, instructors, group work, and working together, and asynchronous through self-paced learning throughout the 6-month program. At the end of this program, the graduates will receive a CompTIA Security Plus certificate, which is a globally recognized industry certification for cybersecurity, as well as a certificate from a Canadian post-secondary institution, a series of badges from industry companies like Cisco, and micro-credentials from Protexa. Upon successful completion of this intense 6 months full-time boot camp, we will start the placement support for a 12-month work-integrated learning experience where the students continues their learning, but put their what they have learned into practice and will work on with real industry companies, with real companies on real cybersecurity challenges. Combined between the 6-month training and the 12-month work-integrated learning, we seek to truly prepare the students, the graduates from this program, to help grow and expand their career in cybersecurity. As you heard this morning, the program is open to everyone that is a resident and a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, that is 18 years or older, We're closely will work with the STEP program to make sure that the opportunities are readily available for everyone that is seeking to build and shape their career in this very exciting marketplace. So we're very excited to open up registration starting today, which will be distributed later. We look forward to get 100 students to register as soon as possible and then start early in the spring, the program, the 6-month program. And we look forward to work with government and industry, both locally and regionally, to create a platform here that is not only scalable but sustainable and delivers incredible career opportunities for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you very much.
There he is. Thank you very much, Rick. We appreciate you. And thank you for the hard work that you've put into helping us to develop this program out in St. Kitts and Nevis. And we look forward to continuing to work with you throughout this process. As Rick mentioned, there is something for everybody in this initiative. Today's launch of the training is specifically for prospective students, and the Protects a Defender program, which he mentioned, will be for the general public, including management professionals in the public and private sectors, with education as well in conjunction with the IT department. So we really look forward to that component as well. But today we're focusing on you as the student and creating this opportunity for you as a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis. And as I say that, it is my absolute and unique pleasure to introduce to the podium, of course, our Honorable Prime Minister, whose vision has brought us here today. So please welcome the Honorable Dr. Terrence Drew.
Good morning to all. Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think I was a little bit tardy this morning, so I apologize for that as well, knowing that I get up 4 o'clock in the morning. But I want to thank you for, of course, your patience for us to really be able to launch such a program today. But allow me to recognize the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, who has been also a driving force behind this initiative, as this initiative involves 2 of his ministries, or 2 of ministry and his department, the STEP and also the Ministry of Education. I want to also recognize the Senior Minister, former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, and to also recognize Minister Iselin Phillip, who is the Minister of Youth, and she deals in the area of disability and so forth, and so she has been part of this as well. But allow me to recognize those who are not ministers but have been fundamental in us reaching this point. So I want to thank P.S. Hazel, P.S. from my own office, who has been at the forefront of this, along with the P.S. for Education, P.S. Pistana, and also to recognize the head of service, Ms. Thelma Richards, who among the many things that she is doing really stepped up and helped significantly to get us to this point. I want to also thank the STEP and the director for STEP and other STEP officials who are here with us this morning, Director Jennifer and her team, and to thank others from other ministries who have really contributed significantly for us to reach this point. I want to thank the Development Bank, because the Development Bank is partnering with us, and we have the chair, Mr. Douglas, and Mr. Matthew, who is the CEO, who are partnering with us to make sure that funding are available so that our students can take this most important course and become certified for a career that is so well regarded and needed around the world. And to thank all others from the IT department who are here with us this morning as well. As you can see, this effort is a collaboration of so many ministries, departments, statutory bodies, and so forth. So it really is an interministerial effort to get something like this off the ground. But I want to especially thank Protects. And I can give you a little background as to how all of this started. I was at a CARICOM meeting in Guyana, and the Deputy Prime Minister spoke about Tia, and I met Tia. Tia is from Canada, and she and I started a conversation. And part of it, of course, is a sustainable island state, opportunities for young people, and how we can get our people prepared for the jobs that are available. Hence, the discussion about Protexer and cybersecurity training and certification. And as we delved into it and look internationally and see all of the opportunities that are available, especially the fact being that people can work from the privacy of their own home and work for a company that can be thousands of miles away. And so that discussion led to collaboration and has led us to where we are today. And so I want you to put your hands together for all those who have been involved in getting us to the point. Now, this serves multiple purposes. Of course, not one purpose. In the sense that, one, this cybersecurity training that we have here today will give us the opportunity to get our people prepared, our young people prepared for the world of work. Our young people today are seeking opportunities, and opportunities that are meaningful, not an opportunity just for an opportunity's sake. I will say that we have over 3,000 people on the STEP program. That is unsustainable for a small country like ours. So it means we have to start a process of creating real opportunities to transition our people into jobs, meaningful jobs. And these jobs will also bring with them higher salaries or higher wages and more opportunities. And so I want to encourage our young people to really take advantage of this. Because in speaking to the IMF yesterday, one of the things that they mentioned is that we have to improve and increase our productivity as a people. The STEP can be more productive. Our people have the capacity to be more productive. They just have to be given the opportunity. And so this is one of the ways in which we are going to transition people from the STEP program into meaningful work so that they can build careers. And so when I was discussing with Tia about this, and of course, as soon as she mentioned it and we started to discuss, these are the things that immediately came to my mind. And she said, can we start with a few hundred? The opportunities are vast. I said, we will start with 100 over the next 6 months. And the reason why I mentioned that is to tell you that there are opportunities to train a few hundred of our people. And then to place them into jobs across the world. And since this is the modern times and young people like their devices, and they also want to work in their flip-flops and sometimes barefoot, they can work from the comfort of their homes. And so we are matching what we consider to be present realities of intelligent people who are looking for a different type of experience and opportunity and a different type of work, which allows them to remain connected to the devices as they have grown up with these devices, but be able to make a living from it as well. We have to turn the corner. We have to become more productive. We are a productive people when given the opportunities. And therefore, that is one of the major objectives of this program. And another note, the other part is, if St. Kitts and Nevis is to really build out a sustainable island state, and we understand that IT, when you look at our 7 pillars that we have presented, IT is the glue that brings all of the pillars together. The pillars don't work unless IT works. And that is why the Minister of Information is not here today, but I see representatives, of course, from the IT department and the IT transformation unit. We have contracted Cybernetica. Cybernetica is a company out of Estonia. It is regarded as one of the top companies in terms of IT transformation, for they were the company that also led in the transformation of Estonia to become an e-government. I met with a professor from Columbia University just recently, and he was one of them who really helped to form the strategy for Estonia to become so advanced when it comes to IT and to establish the e-government. And then I asked Honorable Conwys Maynard and past Minister of Government, Honorable Nigel Carty, to travel to Estonia. Both of them traveled to Estonia on a fact-finding mission to make the connections and to find out how Estonia did it. Because Estonia is considered a small state. It's not an island state, but it's considered a small state. And I said, if Estonia can do it, then we can do it. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. What did Estonia do that we can do here in St. Kitts and Nevis? And so we brought the company that was able to do it. I spoke to the professor from Columbia University, who I'll invite here at some point, because he's a specialist in small states. And I also had collaboration with past Prime Minister of the UK, Prime Minister Tony Blair. And as I discussed with him about how his institute can help us, the Tony Blair Institute, and if you saw social media, he was here recently, and we asked him to collaborate with us on our IT transformation. And in discussing with him, he said, Estonia. And we said, we have been to Estonia. And somehow the conversation came up about cybernetica. And so we were all aligned in terms of who can help us to make this very quick transition to become an e-government. And so all of the ducks are aligned. Estonia, a collaboration, the company, the Tony Blair Institute, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, and the minister, who is also one who is trained in information, Honorable Conwys Maynard. And a transformation unit, the IT transformation unit, being headed by the Honorable Nigel Carty, who himself was a past minister of information and understands where we want to go, and one who is also trained in technology as well. So everything is aligned, and nothing should prevent us from achieving our goal. But if we are to become an e-government, we have to become an e-government that has the infrastructure to defend itself. But an e-government cannot function without the people being a part of it. So we just can't train our persons in cybersecurity and put them to work, but our people must become sensitized and aware about cybersecurity. And that is why we have asked CyberNation to extend their services to 25,000 Kittitians and Nevisians, so that the whole population can be on the journey to become an e-government nation. Our population is about 53,000 on the ground. 25,000 you would almost readily recognize is about the population, our adult population, our working adult population, or our adult population that is always online, which includes a lot of you who are here this morning. And so this is a journey for government. This is a journey for the people, because we will become a nation that is known for its technological advancement, not just in words, but a people and government moving together. And so I ask our people to participate, to be a part of the journey, because this is how we become a sustainable island state. The last point I will make is, why is it important for us to become a sustainable island state? It is important because, you see, geopolitics can change on a whim, correct? You know that. Today you can have a partner and something happens and you have another partner. The oil prices go up, they come down. The prices of goods, they go up, they come down. And a lot of these things have nothing to do with us. If there's inflation in the US, we are going to have inflation in St. Kitts and Nevis. If there's a war somewhere that we have nothing to do with, oil prices go up, gas at the pump go up, the cost of goods go up, the cost of living goes up, everything goes up, and you would have had nothing to do with it. But in establishing a sustainable island state, it makes us more secure, more resilient, less vulnerable. And of course, sustainability, it says it. We can sustain the living standards that we have in St. Kitts and Nevis and be able to improve upon them going forward. So we have to strengthen ourselves as a nation, become more resilient, and of course, become less vulnerable. And that is why we have to create a sustainable island state and build our internal capacities to deal with the realities of the world today. And so I think this is a step in the right direction. Because of our size can work to our advantage as well. We'll be able to do this quicker than almost any other country in the Caribbean. And therefore, I want us to look at the three main things that were mentioned. Making sure that our young people get jobs, making sure that we become a technologically advanced society, and making sure that we also build a sustainable island state. And with that, I want to thank everyone again for your full commitment to this, and to say to all those who would join this course and start their studies to take this course very, very seriously and start to build for the future and a new career where technology is at the center. Thank you very much.
Can we put our hands together again for our Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Terence Drew? And that ends today's launch. I know we heard everything that our Honorable Prime Minister had to say. I know we've heard him talk about digitization. We've heard him talk about e-government. And of course, he always is speaking about our Sustainable Island State agenda. But most importantly, about building the capacity of our people. It is all coming together. I know sometimes you see it in pieces, you hear him talk about it on the radio or on the news or on his roundtable, but now we want you to see that it is all coming together. The vision is coming together. The St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration is committed to the holistic development of all its people, in both the public and the private sphere, and an all-of-society approach to improving the capacity of our people in this very, very relevant field. Signing up is easy. Please follow us on our social media pages, including our official webpage, SKNIS and Elevate, where the e-flyer will be available. If you receive the e-flyer, please share it with other persons, and the sign-up link will be available there. In addition, if you have questions, we will give you the opportunity to ask them and have them answered next week, when we'll be having a follow-up in-person information session on Tuesday, February 25th at 4:30 p.m. at CUNA, which will include representatives from our various stakeholders, including Development Bank, Protexa, representatives from the Ministry of IT, Education, Youth, and of course the Prime Minister's Office. So we thank you again today. This is the end of this launch, but the beginning of something so special. We look forward to seeing all of you signing up and to following up on this program and seeing how it helps St. Kitts and Nevis to continue to develop. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to do the good we can do. Thank you.